Hi there, happy Monday. Time for another episode of my Monday Mariesons, a little dose of inspiration or motivation to hopefully jumpstart your week. I hope you guys are enjoying summer. It's so fun to change seasons, even though here in Southern California we don't have, this drastic change between seasons. It's still fun. There's just kind of a change in the rhythm of life. As the kids are out for summer and we've got to find a new routine. And, for us, summer is, having a little less structure, which is kind of fun to be in kind of this explorer mode. So I'm really excited about this summer because it's the first one I really get to be home with my kids. Last summer, I had quit my job, my corporate job, but didn't have a ton of time with my kids. I kept them in there all year round school, so I could focus on my family. But this is the first summer that I'm getting to take some time out to really play with them, and that I'm really looking forward to, because my best memories in life were really being a kid and being so carefree. So I am looking forward to sharing those experiences with them. And with the change of season, the physical season to summer, I think it's kind of a perfect time to share kind of a change of season in my life. I'm sure, my friends on social media, they've gotten this invitation to join my new, page called the MW Lifestyle, and I'm sure people are scratching their head. What the heck is that? What is going on here? What's the intention behind it? So I thought it'd be a great thing to share. Part of my Mariesons, it's my why. Every day I kind of try to connect back to what's important in my life. I've learned so much over the past couple of years. So, my Marieson, or my why, is there's just this vision that's kind of been planted in the last month or so. As I've done kind of these videos and just am stepping out into life, things are being planted. Some fruits are coming, and there's kind of a bigger vision. So you take a step and you kind of see what's out there, take a little bit of a risk. And for me, it all boils down to the day where I kind of made a decision to not let life circumstances kill me. I remember being face down on the ground and wanting to crawl into a hole and come out when it was all over, whatever that all over was. After 2 back-to-back terminal cancer diagnoses in my family, watching my sisters walk through that with their husbands and being a big part of that storyline, my family, and being so invested in that. And I made a commitment one night just to not let this kill me, and to, I'm a person of faith, and so it was almost a conversation with God that, okay, the story has to be used for something good. If it's just, a story that has a tragic ending, I'm just gonna kind of walk through life and think, well, that just happened. 2 of my sisters and a good friend of mine are now widows in this whole scheme of thing. And what does that all mean? And for me, it was just really this decision to take this narrative in my life and make something good out of it. Just actively decide to make something good out of it. And I believe, as a person of faith, that life is kind of a dance. I know that might be a silly metaphor, but this is what makes sense in my head, that, there's this dance with God. God has ultimate control and power over things. And, it's one step him, one step me. It's a back and forth thing. And that, as he leads me, I need to kind of pull in and take a step. So that's kind of, where I've been at, is trying to just take a step toward God, listen to what he has to say, be a student of life, or my own life, and learn what he's having to teach me in these crazy days. And I have probably learned more than I ever sought out to learn, but it's been kind of a fruitful part of the journey. It's redirected everything. And hopefully you guys can see that there's been so much good that's come out of the ashes. And I'm really thankful for that. It's not necessarily the story that I wanted to happen. If I could will back these 3 lives that are, they were such beautiful lives and they mattered in my life. If I could have them back, I would ask God for them back. But that's just not the way the story was written. So I have no other choice but to take that and make something good out of it. So that is what I've been trying to do, is find the good in the tragedy and make good and make my life matter. I mean, that's what it boils down to, is life's short. And I'm reminded of that every day, not only of my story, but, just turning on social media and seeing stories, like one of my friends whose brother was tragically killed in a car accident. There was no one expected that to happen. The little boy in our neighborhood who was riding home from school on his bike and run over by a trash truck. It just happens all the time. And for me, it's just this motivator to make every day count, because there are no guarantees, and I don't want to be fatalistic at all, but I want to seize the moment and make the most out of life. So that's kind of my push in life. And, I just got to thinking a lot about what's in a name and, what's my purpose and what's my legacy, all these really, small questions. And I just, in thinking through that, some words came to me, and, what's in a name. So, the MW lifestyle, it's not a self-help thing. It's not a spotlight on myself. It's a play on my initials and some words that just made sense in my life and things that I'm learning. And, really the intention and heart behind it is to share what I'm learning, to kind of put my life out there. I mean, I think when I made that decision, it was about being willing and understanding that life is about creating, that, that wasn't the end of the story. There was more to be done and created, and I had a part in that. And so, I want to share that with people. And if it encourages one person out of their tough circumstance to, find a different mindset or perspective and to be encouraged that good can come out of tragic places, then this is all worthwhile. All this awkward talk on a camera is worthwhile. As I just kind of share the freedom that I'm experiencing. And if it touches a life, amen. One life, that's all that matters. So that's kind of the heart and intention behind it. It's kind of a play on my initials, some words that just leapt off the page out of my heart that made a lot of sense in my story and things I was discovering. Just kind of becoming this whole person from the inside out. And just some things that pop into my mind. My why, MW, my why. Sharing that with people, being willing, make willing. And these are all kind of, I guess, prayers in some regards. Lord, make me willing to be able to share, because I was the girl that wanted to just shut it and let it be over and not talk about it again. But I don't think that that's productive or healthy, and I feel like my call was to encourage. So that's what I'm doing. Make well from the inside out. I mean, I feel like, make your heart well, make your spirit well, make your physical body well, be healthy so that, you can feel good about yourself, you can be confident. So make well is one of them. Make wise. Your mind is a powerful thing. I feel like that was a huge driver in just changing my mindset and not allowing circumstance to kill me, but to really be mindful and to choose a different path. Make ways. There's different ways. I had kind of some self-discovery in this whole redirection path, that you have the ability to make a different way. That I was buying into status quo and God just kind of opened up a different path of opportunity for me to bring me alive, to not pigeonhole me into buying into other people's perspective or lifestyle that was unfruitful, that I was meant to do more. Make worthwhile. I am utterly obsessed with making my days worthwhile, to be intentional about them, to be seeking out a better way that is investive in my children, in my family, in the community around me. Make wealth. I know that sounds, some people might go, ew, make wealth. It's not about money per se. It's about making a wealthy life full of rich experiences. The biggest thing for me is about valuing your time and making that a wealthy experience. So, just sharing that, because I was a girl who worked way too much. I was wealthy in the pocketbook, but missing so much. So sharing kind of how to make true wealth in life. Making world change, that's a big deal to me. I want to build a legacy that really does go against the grain and make world change, inspire people to invest in things that can change our community and change our world. Make witness. I am a person of faith, and that is of utmost importance. And my life needs to reflect what I believe. Every person's life needs to reflect what they believe, whether it's, a religion or it's, it's another concept. Your life should reflect what you believe. And so for me, being, a person of faith, being a Christian, I want my life to reflect what I believe. And so make witness is a big one. So these are just some things that have leapt off the page, and I want to just put out there. I want to be willing and vulnerable, and if it inspires one person to be free and to find a different life and to overcome the burden of circumstance, then this is all worthwhile. So anyways, that's my heart in this VMW lifestyle. I hope you guys participate and follow. I hope I get to hear lots of stories along the way, because honestly, I am, again, utterly obsessed with story. I just think that, we're here for more than just, to clock in and out of work and, enjoy a few things in life. I just think we're here to build community and to strengthen one another, and every story matters, and I love hearing about people's lives. So I hope you participate. I hope you see my heart in all of it, and hopefully see that this is a humbling place, because I'm a little camera shy and I'm a little introverted in general. So this is not a comfortable experience, but sometimes you just step into places you feel called, and you're willing to be vulnerable and step outside your comfort zone to be stretched so that you can be the fullness of who you are supposed to be. So that's what I'm doing. I know I'll learn a ton in this whole experience, and I'm really excited to just share that with you. So I wish you guys the best this Monday. Be inspired, go for your dreams, and I look forward to connecting to you next week. Bye.